Okay, so 2 weeks ago the first Descendants movie had its 10-year anniversary, so I decided to rewatch it. The movie begins with Mal, the daughter of Maleficent, explaining that Bella and the Beast got married, and instead of going on a honeymoon they created the United States of Auradon, and the Beast got elected king. He banished every villain and their sidekick to the Isle of the Lost, an island with a magical barrier to keep them there, with no magic, no Wi-Fi, and no way out. 20 years later, Ben, the son of Belle and the Beast and the soon-to-be king, makes his first proclamation to give 4 children from the Isle of the Lost a chance to live with them in Auradon, since they deserve a chance at a normal life and shouldn't be responsible for their parents' actions. The 4 children that are chosen are Mal, who I've already mentioned, Evie, the daughter of the evil queen, Jade, the son of Jafar, and Carlos, the son of Cruella de Vil. But before going, Maleficent tells them to steal the fairy godmother's magic wand and bring it back to her so that she can take over Auradon. When they get to Auradon, they meet Ben, his girlfriend Audrey, who is the daughter of Sleeping Beauty, and the fairy godmother. Later that night, thanks to Evie's magic mirror, they find out that the wand is located at a nearby museum, so they break into the museum, and once they find it, Jay tries to take it but ends up just starting an alarm, meaning that they still have to go to school the next day. The next day during class, they meet Jane, the fairy godmother's daughter, and the fairy godmother suggests that Jay and Carlos should join the sports team. And while training, Carlos overcomes his fear of dogs and befriends the school's dog, Dude. After learning that Ben's girlfriend will be seated close to the wand during Ben's coronation, Mal thinks it's time for Ben to get a new girlfriend, so Mal makes some love potion cookies and gives them to him the next day before a big game. And after that game, he sings a song about how much he loves her while still being together with Audrey. Mal and Ben later go on a date where Ben jumps into some nearby water, and while he is swimming, Mal sings If Only, which is the best Descendants song, Argue with a Wall. When she is done singing, she can't see Ben anymore and gets worried and goes into the water to find him, and she ends up almost drowning. But Ben is able to save her and get her back to land, and during this date, Mal starts to question her intentions with Ben, from just using him to get to the wand to actually start to like him. Later that night, back in the rooms, they go over their plan to steal the wand and then escape back to the island. And during the night, we see everyone having a hard time sleeping as they have all started to like living in Auradon. Meanwhile, Mal is baking some anti-love potion cupcakes for Ben because when they take over Auradon, she doesn't want Ben to still be in love with her, as it would be unnecessarily evil. Before Ben's coronation, Mal gives him the cupcakes and tells him that they're for after the coronation, but Ben can't wait and eats one immediately, but nothing happens as he reveals that he already knew that she love poisoned him, and that the effect went away on their first date, since when he went for a swim, he actually swam in the enchanted lake, which washes away any enchantments and spells. And I'm just wondering, how did he know that he'd been love potioned? Like, did he feel less in love with Mal after he jumped in? Or did it say in the water that he'd been love potioned? Ben believes that Mal did it because she really liked him, and as it turns out, Ben had feelings for her all along. And almost right after Ben is made king, someone takes the wand from the fairy godmother and shoots a laser into the sky. And that somebody is Jane, since earlier in the movie Mal made Jane think that the fairy godmother didn't love her, since she didn't want to use the wand to change Jane's appearance, which she is extremely insecure about. And the laser she shot hits the barrier around the Isle of the Lost, which breaks part of the barrier, so Maleficent takes her chance and turns into some kind of cloud and flies out. Mal takes the wand from Jane, but is torn on what to do next, since she wants to do as her mother told her, but Ben encourages her to choose her own path, and Mal recognizes that she and the other villain kids have found happiness in Auradon, so they choose to be good. That's when Maleficent crashes the ceremony and freezes everyone except for the 4 villain kids, but they defy her and try to steal a scepter, and she turns into a dragon and starts to chase them. She is eventually beaten by Mal and her friends, who use a counterspell which turns Maleficent into a lizard the size of the amount of love she has in her heart. Mal returns the wand to the fairy godmother, who unfreezes everyone, and in the end, they all party and dance outside the castle throughout the night.
You didn't think this was the end of the story, did you?